Hello and welcome to Bump Love. On the show today, we'd like to talk about hospital visits. Now, even you as an adult going to the hospital can be such a nightmare, from the processes, the long queues, the needles. There are adults who still fear needles, to the medicine that's not very pleasant to consume. It's really an unpleasant experience. And so we want to talk a bit about that, but more importantly, how we go about taking our kids to the hospital, because let's face it, that's an entire different experience. Going with your kids to the hospital, they are not themselves, some of them can't communicate, it's a nightmare. So we want to talk about hospital visits, ladies, and I guess the starting point is, how do you feel about going to the hospital as an adult?
I really hate hospital visits. I think most of my hospital visits have been when I'm pregnant. Yeah, not really when I'm bedridden or it's malaria or something. No, not the usual sicknesses, but antenatal visits. And I remember there's a certain hospital I went to. The queue, the pregnant women were many. I remember, it's not like me to cry. I remember being so frustrated, I cried. Yeah. I was really frustrated. You know, you're already pregnant, your emotions are high up there. The women are just shouting at you, going the line. Over what? Have you done your blood test? I was really frustrated. I hate visits. I hate hospital visits.
That's interesting that you talk about antenatal visits. I think one of the reasons that I usually, okay, not usually because I've been pregnant once. Apologies. But you know, when I was pregnant with Micah, my gynecologist at that time, so now she's very popular. And so after I had Micah, now I was thinking about trying again for another baby. I had now to see another gynecologist. So I went to see her, and I remember sitting, because they say, you know, she's going to be in from between 3 p.m. to like maybe 7-ish. Please note, I was there at 3 p.m. and I saw her after 7:30. And I said, no. I think there are other gynecologists, they are qualified, and like not in bad faith. Yes. I'm happy. And I asked her to recommend. I said, I really can't. I can't come here 4 hours and I'm waiting to see a gyne because there aren't other gynecologists that are qualified. No, just no. Yeah. So I'm okay seeing, as long as you went to school and you say you're a gynecologist, I'll come and see you, especially if you don't have a queue.
So I really want to say that I hate hospital visits. I really want to, and I want to join you guys.
However,
I think because of the kind of lifestyle that I have, like hospital visits are the only time I can breathe. Like I am alive. Oh my.
They are like your me time.
It's like, that's wow. I know, guys. That's the only time I can breathe. Like it's the only time I can be there. And then someone's like, "Wait, we have a meeting." And I'm like,
I'm in the hospital. And you must understand.
Manuela, there's a certain report.
Like I'm in the hospital, yes.
It's like my escape place, especially if I'm not feeling. It's not like I'm bedridden, I'm feeling horrible, but it's that one of waiting for 4 hours.
It's okay.
Get my phone, watch movies. But I don't know, guys. In fact, I'm those people who the line can be moving and someone jumps me.
And you are okay.
And I've not clock because I'm here, earphones. Wow, so
Manuela.
I learned, first of all, that if I have to go to hospital, I have to prepare a whole day. I no longer tell myself I'll go to hospital, then I'll do this. No. I plan my hospital visits as an entire day, so that I'm not annoyed. These things of like now, you know, people saying, "Can I come with you to hospital?" My mom is the one who likes those things. Can I come with you? I'm like, because you're going to come and say, "Hey, that doctor, why won't they hurry?
Kumbe you on vacation."
I'm on like a mini vacation. So I just don't like it when I'm sick. But if I'm these things of I'm feeling something and I'm checking. Yeah, then we'll talk about that when I'm with the kids.
I mean, it's a long time since I was in hospital for a baby. But one thing I do know is, even now I'm not feeling well. But if I can avoid the hospital as much as possible, I'm those adults who don't like needles. Yeah, I don't like needles.
And can we take it to hospital?
No.
We'll be there to support you and hold your hand through the needles.
We'll find ways around it. After I've had a baby, I'm so fed up with the hospital. I've never been back for a pap smear.
No way. Oh wait, I'm saying no way, but I need to go for one as well.
Have you been?
No,
Have you?
I haven't.
Yeah, you know, the whole experience, by the time you're done, you just never, ever, ever want to go. Yeah, so until it's an emergency, which is a very wrong way of doing things, but for me, until I fall sick or there is a problem, I'll try and avoid the hospital
Actually,
as much
it's all
as
right
possible.
because that's how I've always known you, Angie. Is she's such a self-medicator, like, and then she does alternative medicine, yeah. So she didn't do like those ones of pharmacy. What if I'm looking like, but don't you know some herb that can assist this situation and get me out of it? So that's what I've always known her for. So when they tell me Angie's in hospital, first of all, I know like she fainted, like something really happened. And for the years that I've known her, it has happened once. They took her and then and you call her, she's like, and also even her, she's in shock. I'm in hospital. I'm like, what are you doing? I've slept here 2 days. Like, so I've always known you to be a
Alternative medicine.
Yeah,
is always
for sure.
I used to fear, but now I put myself in a mind over matter situation. But yeah, if the right word is fear, I'm still those adults. Like, I just don't want to be poked and pricked. And so luckily, I'm those adults also who hasn't had to have to go to the hospital in a while. So, but I do routine checkup for gynae. That I do. Yeah, for no. Well, I had a cervical cancer scare. So that's where I really became intentional about pap smears. Like, I have to go for pap smear at least every year. It's disgusting. Someone is just prodding through. It's just uncomfortable. That's the problem. It's not really painful.
It's uncomfortable.
Not so much. It's just uncomfortable. Sometimes it can be painful also.
But you guys, you've had children. Come on.
It's still
the guy has been inside with his fist.
Yeah.
other people have been inside with their.
Thank you very much.
I think it's just the fact that it's a machine, it's cold, it's intrusive.
It's
really
intrusive.
intrusive.
Can we
It's
just keep it at hospital visits? Because if we enter pap smear,
so mine have just routine. I've not had to go to a hospital for anything. The one time which I can remember very vividly, I also got to check if my coil has moved. Even that visit I have it. Still going. Yeah, but the one I remember, and it's something that I wanted to talk to, because all of you live with partners in your homes. I haven't for at least 10 years. And I remember recently, last year, was the first time in a very long time I felt really sick. And I had to think about packing my child, to take my child away, and then packing for myself. Then calling an Uber to take me to the hospital with a packed bag. So when I think about a hospital, for me it's like, you have a problem, just go and fix it. And that's end of discussion. And now you can't now keep calling people, help me pack a bag, help me get this. So when I'm going, I pack a case, regardless of how I'm feeling, just in case I have to be admitted into hospital. And I just stay there. And I remember that hospital, it was more anxiety, I think, than anything, because it was during the COVID period as well. So when I packed, and they said, no, it's okay, you just lie down, have a bed, you want somebody to come. And that's where my problem with hospital visits is. That's sort of everybody, okuberako, okufako. Like, I don't like, I hate it.
Really?
Actually, this is something my partner is going to learn maybe today. I lie to everybody that the other person is with me. So I lie to my partner
every single day.
So I tell my partner, my sister is here. I tell that sister, because and they'll only get to know if they call me, and I don't want to lie about where I am, what I'm saying. I passed by the hospital. Oh, what's the problem? No, but it's all right.
So
someone is here. Who is taking you home? No, my friend Emma is here. She's on her way. Yeah, because I don't want. Emma has no clue. If they had a meeting,
I'd be like,
they would not. Nobody ever knows anything. I call back the Uber, go home, arrange for my son to come back home. End of discussion.
Pumla, you are, I'm like the complete opposite. I like being dotted over. You want soup? You want, like, can I put a towel on your forehead? What do you want? What can I get for you? I love it. Like, I'm here for it.
I like being dotted on by the right people.
If
I be dotted on by some other that they've gotten call for you, somebody. No.
Anyway, so that's our experience as adults. I want us to talk a bit about taking our kids to the hospital. I'm not even going to elaborate more. Let's just talk about what that has been like for you. I guess the good, the bad, and the ugly. If there's any good, please share.
Brian still calls me almost every day on his way home, when he reaches Life Link and says, "Is any child sick?" Because I've
As
reached
a
Life
precaution,
Link. If I reach home,
I'm not coming
I'm not
back.
coming back.
so is any of them feeling unwell? So I get his pain because you can have just reached home. You've just showered. You are just about to put a fork of food in your.
Call that child.
Mommy, I'm feeling sick. I have a headache. Then you're like, you take Panadol. Then when you touch the
feet,
You're like, we
Yeah.
have to
you're
go.
like, I can't. Those things where you wake up in the middle of the night and find the bed sheet is wet.
Yes.
Whenever that happens, I just have to brace myself. Because I know that they're going to demand more of me. It's no longer my vacation of just watching a movie or whatever. However, I must say, the advantage that I have, and I've shared with you guys before, Blake and Bianca see hospital the way it's like I have a problem.
Let's go.
The person
fix
who's
it.
going to fix it is there. So they'll even come and tell me, I have a headache, let's go to hospital. Or I have a headache, this one day I need hospital. So when they say that they need to go to the hospital, I know we need to go. So the only advantage I have is as long as we get to hospital, they're going to be kawa. So they'll get the phone. They're those kids who you wonder when you reach, you're like, was this
Is
one
this the child who was sick?
but they've learned over time and they know, can they measure my weight? When are they measuring my weight? Doctor, this is my problem. What medicine should I take? Can I take it? No. So I feel like that's the advantage I have with the kids. But it doesn't take away the fact that those cues are headache.
They are.
Those
really
cues
are.
are hell. That lack of order. You know what I mean? Like someone one of the hospitals we go to, you pay because we're not on insurance. You go, you talk about, you want to your child to. Are you doing cash or insurance? Cash. Okay. So now you go to that person there. You go, you pay. After you've paid, now go back to the person you came from. Okay, so you've reached there. Or give me your card. Now they go, they get your card. Then they take it to triage. Then they measure your weight. Then they bring it back. Then they take it to the doctor. In all of those ones, thank you very much. They're indifferent. Then they're there shouting your name. Is this Mulondo? Break. And Blake and Bianca don't stop. It's Blake. So not break, it's Blake. Jay, there's a hospital where they still had their old name, Blake's old name, Jaden. He's like, are you calling me? Me, I'm not Jaden. I'm Blake Zuriel Mulon. We're like, okay, so I think
The only time I had an issue with hospital visits for my son was when he was so young and feared injections as much as I did. And that for me used to really, really bother me because we would have to be in a negotiation. Now, before he could talk, they had to bring in male nurses or doctors to hold him down.
Wow.
I couldn't hold him down. A lady nurse couldn't hold him down, and then then when he grew a little bit and he could talk, then it became a negotiation. Like it's like you're discussing with Interpol, you're a terrorist. Like that's just how the conversation would go, and then you'd see that withdraw, and then he goes into flight mode or defensive. So I'd always think about that on the way, because usually by the time we had to go to hospital or clinic, there's going to be a needle that we are going to test you and things like that. But then now his macho side took over. I still see that fear. Like I can see we have a silent child, be strong, and then back at me of I got this, but the fear, like you can't miss it, it's there, but he'll stay, and then he'll, and then they inject him, and then I'm like, great,
you were brave.
So now I don't really have issues. It's only I think for Teja, it's just, now I'll leave hospital, then we're done. Okay, now what can I do? So for me, it has always been, I think, the negotiating that before, which now isn't there. But I'm like Rachel, like I reached a point a long time ago when I send on a WhatsApp group, please recommend for me good peds, good whatevers. Anyone who comes up more than twice, I cancel off my list immediately. So I met many parents. For them, I have to go to this doctor who, ped who, doctor who. Me, as soon as I hear name more than twice, I can even go there to the local doctor, just around the corner. I peep in and I say, AQ, I'm not waiting for it.
No
so maybe I've also been lucky that we've not had
Emergencies,
It's the normal things. You have a temperature, a fever, maybe malaria.
No, we need to talk
That
about
one.
those ones. Viral infections.
Viral infections and the ambiguous diagnosis.
They accuse you'll never find me in a queue.
It's interesting that you
Take
talk
it.
about male nurses holding down.
Yeah.
I feel like boys have an energy.
Hey.
Yesterday, I went to the dentist with Micah. Now, like you, I don't do negotiation. I prepare him. So I start the conversation the night before. I'm like, okay, Micah, we're going to go to the dentist. No, I don't want to go to the dentist. Like, yeah, I know you don't want, but your tooth is shaking and I need to take it out. I'm not bold enough. I'm not those mothers. I take him to the dentist.
To remove his teeth.
Yeah, I do too. And now he takes them out himself. But at that age, I'll just drive opposite his school. There was a dentist. The tooth is shaking 1 day, 2 days. We keep shaking. On the third day,
We go.
Call appointment to
Take out
home.
and you go home.
As easy. I cannot remove
of
tooth
strings.
for
I mean, my
nothing.
mom took out my teeth, but like I'm not going to do that. Like, first of all, he fears pain the same way I do. So we're not doing that dance.
Yeah.
Let's go to the dentist.
No.
Now, the very first time I took Micah to the dentist, he was excited about it because he had been seeing it, I think, in Peppa Pig. And like he wanted now to see it in real life. We are going to the dentist. Yay, dentist. So we get there, he's excited about the chair, it's reclining, the lights. What? I tell him, open your mouth. And then the doctor was like, put your hands under your legs. He's like, okay. It's getting a bit weird. They tell him, open your mouth. Then he starts seeing sharp things. He's like, what's happening? So he was a bit brave, that first one. Yesterday, I had to lie in the chair with him. So the doctor said, lie in the chair, let him lie on your chest. And then she said, now put his legs in between yours. The legs just kept popping out. I was like, I feel like I'm exercising all my energy.
You cannot hold those legs down.
You know how, you know what you talked about, like the flight mode?
can't.
It's like my life is in danger.
Yes.
Please note, he started crying when they were rubbing the jelly on the... To remove, so they numb the gum.
Angie is still recovering from that number removing.
We go and they
numb
put
the
for us
gum.
a gel.
Like a gel to numb it, then they prick.
Is it?
Yeah, medicine has evolved, my dear. For sure. That for me, the fighting, just the
and energy.
but I have to prepare him, and we keep having the conversation. Then there's always an incentive after that. I'm like, okay, do you want to maybe eat a KFC, or do you want to go see your favorite person, whatever, just to prepare him. Yeah, but the crying and the fighting and
I think for me, trauma is when all this happens in the middle of the night. The temperatures are rising. Oh my God! Like just organizing, looking for the right clothes even
to wear
at that time to go to hospital past midnight.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's the most traumatizing thing.
Yeah.
Other than that, if it's during the day, I'm not a parent who is always under so much pressure and anxiety, because I know when they go to hospital, they'll be fine. So I handle things a bit calmly. It's their father who is always under so much pressure. So I'm always driving onto his pressure, which is pretty annoying.
My boys have like a high pain tolerance. Misho cracked his rib, and for 2 days he's like, Mama, I'm okay, until finally, yes, when he went there, they're like, but your son fractured his rib, and he was just at home. Then the other day, they started going to the gym, so I don't know what happened. So he fractured this as well. But it took about 3 days for him to finally say, you know what, Mom, I think let me go to the hospital. Yeah, so
But that's why insurance does that actually.
does what?
Because that period, like from 18 to a certain age, there's risks, there's pregnancies, there's what. So it becomes too expensive. That's why they also don't like to do for people who have already pre-existing conditions.
Yes.
Or older people. Like, okay, I guess that it's there and it's here and there, but there's a certain age for which sickness is very rare. Those ones they insure very well.
Very well.
But these ones who are 18 having girlfriends, there's like a period where they're
But
like,
you see, as a mom, when you're there and you're thinking, I have insurance for my children, then they tell you this child cannot.
he's no longer a child. A child.
I know, when you come to hotels, 12 years they have to pay as an adult. But when they're in hospital and they're ill and they're now, much as they're adults, they're now child, it's a bit of a problem.
Ribs and keep quiet. That is an adult.
I complete. Then with regards to Asante, because the truth is, I avoid hospitals as much as possible. By the time I get to the hospital, I hate injections, but at that point in time, I'm ready for anything. So now Asante is the direct opposite.
Anything small.
Anything small. Mama, we go to the hospital. Mama, have you been to the hospital? So now that is her mantra. But with regards to hospitals, I mean, I'll say once again, I'm grateful. I think my kids in their lives have fallen sick like 1 or 2 times. It's Asante, everything. Mama, I think I have palpitations. Let's go check. Wow, so, yeah. We should have more male nurses in Uganda.
That's true.
I keep telling people that, and I might sound odd, but when out of so many people I've had this conversation with, I met one person who feels exactly the same. And at TMR, they have it, and that's one thing I like about that hospital. When you're sick, personally, I have a problem with a female nurse washing me.
So you want the option to have a
option to have a male, because they have it abroad. Because
she thinks this is a spa.
But it's true that the spas now are getting male masseurs. Because my issue is a woman can never give me a massage. Just like a nurse.
Really? I prefer female.
Same for you. You see, there are people like that.
Okay, so for me, if I was to say something, I was so excited the other day, and I kid you not, I don't know why, but most hospitals pick the worst furniture, the most uncomfortable.
Those funny
like it's you're sick.
People.
You understand? You are not feeling well. Now here the chair is hard.
It's cold.
Then it's cold. You have to move from one person to the next person, so you are constantly getting up. If you have a headache, you are constantly like, is there a way we can just please be comfortable? While I'm trying to find a way to make hospital visits for Blake and Bianca almost like that. My getaway, the same thing for them. And I know they get tired so quickly. So having a variety of toys, having snacks,
yes, that I definitely carry as well.
We don't carry snacks, we don't carry their juice, we don't. The child starts screaming, then you have to go out to the outside canteen. Then you come back and your place has been taken. Now you are annoyed, and yet the truth was you yourself.
You didn't come prepared.
You didn't come prepared, and of course, yes, you might not come prepared because it was an emergency. I get that, but there is a place for us to also
do our part.
Our part, because we can't.
Sure.
We just need them to treat our children.
Yeah.
The second thing that I would like is for our doctors, and I know I've seen this before, to explain to our children what they are going through.
Oh yes, yes.
Tell our children, explain. I've ever gone to a hospital. The child has explained Blake has explained what's wrong with him. And then the doctor is judging me. I'm like, friend, the one who spoke with you is there. I'm not the one feeling the pain. Sick. He can express himself. If he's 2 years old, I get it. 1 year old, I get it. But he's 7 years old. Let him tell you what's wrong with him. He can understand what's going on. So I just feel like doctors can include children in the process, so that they also feel like they are going
very
out.
Important.
I
like when you say that, because even I remember very clearly when as a child, that powerlessness, what disturbed me about hospitals more than injections was the powerlessness I used to feel, because nobody could. I had no clue. Somebody was just taking me and moving me. They are talking to my parents. They even call the adults, come outside. Then they leave you there. They have not even said what. They can even tell you, oh, maybe you go somewhere and do. Then you have no idea. Before you know it, now they are dragging you to get the injection. They are giving you. Nothing has pop in. No one is explaining to you what you've said how you feel. Actually, they would even ask our parents, what is wrong with that child? But the child is old enough to speak for themselves. So I think at that point I really love, because I've seen it being done in certain hospitals where you will see some kind of involvement and you engage everybody involved. And the child, then negotiations, now as of negotiations, it becomes a little bit easy.
Better,
There's something I wanted to recommend that I saw in outside countries.
Yes, please.
I saw this in India when my dad was in hospital, and that time I had gone with my son. And because they had said, oh, India. So I had thought, let me go and do some checks, you know, just we are in India, we are here, and in the hospital at that. They had what they called, as soon as a child gets in, for them, there's a separation. Who is sick? The child sick? They have what they call child life specialists.
Wow.
They're not doctors, but they do, I think for them, they base in like psychology and child development. And for them, they say sometimes these illnesses might not be physical, and then they're just projecting themselves because of something that's mental. So they really go deep into, so as soon as you come in and you're registered and everything, then it's like they come and they involve themselves with the child. So while here we have play areas, for them they have like psychology areas where they just talk and they're playing, and they're engaging them, they're discussing, and these are like 2-3 people trying to understand, and even you, the families, you're there, so they're trying to ascertain different things, relationships between the child and the parents, the child as themselves, and the state of the parent. So you don't realize they're doing it. It's just that I think I did because I wasn't really used to it. What are these people doing around? So that helps in. And now one of the ladies there, a medical personnel, told me the first time they started to do it was not so much about the families. It was about getting you through that queue time. You don't even realize what's happened. You've waited, but you've been engaged. By the time you leave, there's even a report and everything. They're showing you. Then, the doctor will see you now. Hey, okay, come. Even the child doesn't want to leave. No longer, they're engaging them. So I really, of course, there is financial, but I really love that.
That's so cool.
No, you're so right, because I've seen kids, they play alone. I always have an issue with that, of course, because I'm the way I am. They should be being engaged. Talking to each other. What's wrong with you? Oh, you also have a headache. Oh, so you have a headache. Oh, but the kids go and play. They don't even talk to each other. They're just fighting over whose toy is whose. But that's a good opportunity for to have an adult engage with the children.
For sure. So, and also maybe to catch things that you may have missed. You have come to hospital for something else, but they're telling you there might be a developmental issue here or a behavioral issue here. So that's really, really awesome. And I wish that our hospitals would incorporate that. It's a good way to wait, because it's value either way. Thank you so much, ladies, for sharing your hospital visit experiences. Some good, some bad, some not so great, and some recommendations. So if you're a medical practitioner, you own a medical center or facility, and if any of these recommendations work for you, would be happy to see them incorporated into your systems. If you're looking for some way to spend your Sunday afternoon or Sunday brunch, the Kampala Serena Hotel hosts a brunch every Sunday from 12 p.m. There's always live music playing, and of course some good food, something that you can enjoy with your loved ones, for only 110,000 shillings for an adult and 65,000 shillings for children between the ages of 5 and 12. So please, if you are over 30, but if you are 12 and a half, I'm kidding. Come by to the Kampala Serena Hotel and enjoy an amazing brunch. Until next time, with love from Bangkok.